Hello, artists. My name is Vibes, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. It's just very different. Um, we've all heard of this tragedy that hit us on January 26th, 2020, when a great NBA player known as Kobe Bryant passed away with his daughter in a helicopter crash. I didn't want to believe it. I really didn't. I didn't believe it at first. I really had to do my research before I really believed it. But it came around. Then I saw social media booming, seeing about it, and he was gone. Such an amazing dude, an incredible work ethic that everybody knew about, inspiring others, not even people that he knew about. He really became an icon. He was someone different. That's all I could really say about him. He was just one of a kind. And to lose him so early, it's not fair. So I made this video as a tribute to all that he did, inspiring all the people who watched him play, watched him work hard to do what he wanted to do. Okay, now, I don't want to talk about him for too long. It's a little too sad for my style of videos and stuff like that. So I'll get a little bit onto the speed paint. So I decided that I was gonna draw Kobe, because of course, why not? If I'm gonna do a tribute video to him. But when I did it, I didn't really know what I was gonna do from the start. I kind of just picked a picture that I found on Google and started working on it, try to recreate it. I'm not the best with photorealism, but it felt right. I think this picture really captures a good bit of him and a bit of his personality. Um, I know that at the beginning you didn't really get to see the picture that much, but if you looked at it, the facial expression he had, he was really serious, even though he's on the court playing a game that he loves. And he said that doing something that you love is probably one of the most important things that you do in your life, because that's what stops you from thinking things are work. If it's something that you love, it won't be considered work. It'll just be something that you enjoy. It's just like a hobby, but you get the spoils off of it. And that was something that he did, but he didn't just take it for granted. He put in the work. I remember reading and hearing stories about how he used to go in the gym earlier than all of his teammates and just practice, work hard constantly. And that's what he was teaching his daughter as well. And he really just inspired people. Really became an icon after he retired. Everybody knew about the things that he did, how he was trying to teach other NBA players how to work hard, how to make their work regimen good to make them better players. Okay, got sidetracked. On to the speed paint again. So, didn't know what I was gonna do. Picked this picture because I thought it was cool. I especially wanted one that had the number 24. That was the era that I got to watch him, so it felt closer to me. If I had one where he was wearing the number 24, really cool. Um, so I decided to do that. Then I traced around his body with a couple colors, and then created the color palette at the top. And then I looked at the picture on my other monitor so I could see what I had to do. So basically, I painted it, which is unusual for me because I don't do this painting thing. It's not my type of style, but I felt I might as well. Later on, I decided that I would go and make a mural type of this, since it was starting to look more like a painting. I thought that a mural would be like something that fits the style and would fit him more. So later on, you're gonna see what I added after I finished drawing him. I didn't go into an incredible amount of detail because I feel like I would have been sitting here for 5 or 6 hours to do it, and I honestly don't have the patience to do that. Uh, but this one actually took me a little over 2 hours to get everything done, including the stuff at the end. I'm not gonna give you guys any type of sneak peek unless you looked at the thumbnail. It's probably there. But this was, although it was had to do with something that was a tragedy, I did feel pretty accomplished after I finished this one. Um, I felt pretty good. I couldn't complain about how the process went. It actually went smoother than I thought it would be. Um, Shout out to the smudge tool because that made things so much easier. I wouldn't have been able to blend colors very well without that. It was a big deal. Um, I think the hardest part was probably the ear. If you look at it, the ear is like considerably brighter than all of his skin on his head or his arm or his hand. And I wanted to make sure that it looked good, so I spent like 20 minutes trying to blend the colors correctly and to make the ear look like an actual ear. I'm not very good at this human thing. I'm much better with this cartoons, as you guys already know. Um, then blending the white to create highlights was a little tough. The arm that I'm doing right now was kind of challenging to make sure that it looked like realistic, but that it actually highlighted the skin, so I didn't want it to stand out too much. And I'll probably I go back and retouch that part because it felt like it was just too bright, just wasn't right for the skin tone and all of that. Um, the part that felt like I should have gone more into, now that I'm looking back on it, was his jersey. The jersey is a pretty more important part, and it's pretty iconic, especially since he's known for wearing number 8 and then 24. You want to make sure that jersey looks nice. At the end, I think the end product for the jersey was pretty good. I liked it, but I feel like I could have done more. And that's what you're gonna find out with every bit of art, to look for mistakes that you made and try and fix them the next time you do your next art piece. That's actually another thing that I watched a video about Kobe. He said that he would watch film not only on other teams but on himself, so that he would watch and see what mistakes he made and how he could become better. Dude was crazy. Had an incredible work ethic. Um, Everyone said he was like no one else. Even Michael Jordan, if I remember correctly, said some things about his work ethic and how impressive it was. And Jordan's known as the greatest of all time, so that's quite the compliment. Now moving on to the hand. The hand, I think I should have done more time too. Um, I could have done more. The highlighting and the shading wasn't as good as it could have been. I'm not saying I'm all that good. I'm just an amateur artist trying to make something important. But I definitely could have done more. If I'd spent a little bit more time on it and I didn't get as tired or fatigued at this point, I think it would have came out better. But I think it was pretty good. The smudge tool saved me here. I think it wouldn't have looked good if I hadn't had it, but it was useful. Moving on to the jersey, I had to look back and forth quite a lot to make sure that I putting the colors in the right places. Um, I didn't realize that the purple had an outline until later on. And then the NBA logo was probably something I was really afraid to do because I didn't want to mess it up. Since it's the NBA and I love basketball so much, I didn't want to mess this up. And I had to redo it like 4 or 5 times just to make sure I got it. That didn't look bad, so I was okay with it. From far, it looked pretty legit. Now that I look back at the end of this. I wish I did this on different layers instead of doing all of it on one layer. Very challenging to do it that way because doing the letters here, making the white background around them was really a pain. Trying to make sure that I didn't overlap onto the layers that the letters that I already drawn. And then the fill tool made this more challenging. I had to cover up those white lines that you're seeing right now. You're gonna see it here as well when I fill all of this. 24. I think I'm gonna remember that number for now, forever, and it'll always be connected to Kobe in my mind, just like 23 is connected to Michael Jordan. He's just something different. And then I realized that I had the jersey and the pants or the shorts connected, so I had to spend time just shutting them correctly so that they were separate. And I had to color it in with the fill tool later on, fill in the spots. Took me a little extra time. Man, but I think that this was one of the more interesting things I've done. I've already done a tribute art piece to Kobe before, but that was when he retired, and I wanted to redo it again for the years. So this was my chance. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it was better than the older tribute that I did before. Now we're almost done. Just adding some fills and shadows onto the jersey, make it look a little bit more realistic. But now I'm getting into the mural part, adding some words and a little quote that I drew myself. But I wanted to add some things about Kobe that you wouldn't normally see, like the nickname, the Black Mamba, and adding Kobe under his arm, as it would seem like a graffiti style. Probably one of my favorite pieces, and it looks pretty cool. I specifically chose the Lakers colors because the Lakers will forever be associated to Kobe, Magic, all those players, and he was a Laker his entire career, so I had to keep the Laker colors. So I did a little bit of Kobe, and that's a reference and an Easter egg back to my tribute. So if you guys go to my Instagram, you're gonna see something that looks pretty close to that. But right here, I realized, okay, I'm gonna go for more of a mural, so I edited some of the boxes and things like that to add a little bit more to it, and change the colors. And then I added 81 at the top because that was just where I had it once. But yeah, Kobe, we're gonna miss you, man. Everyone will miss you. We had much love and respect for you, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. I got more coming. Be sure to check out the Instagram to check out the old tribute that I did for Kobe, and check out the description because I have some important links down there. I'll see you guys in the next video.